Next comic coming to stage is the one and only Brandi Davis!
Hey, everybody. Good to see you. Y'all don't let the weather get you down, and I like that in a crowd. I recently went to go play laser tag, as adult women do, and when you go play laser tag, you have to think of a code name, and so I created the code name Lesbian, because that's what I am, and the employee there said, "That's not family friendly." And I was like, what's not family friendly about me fucking all these kids' moms? Like, if anything, I'm being more friendly to the families. If anything, their families are growing. They're leaving with an additional member and a lesbian lover. But also, I just hate crime at laser tag. Not good. Sometimes people will see me and they'll ask me what pronouns I prefer, and I do really appreciate that question. I'm just not super concerned about it. It's just an honor to be mentioned in general conversation at all. That's just talk about me, just gossip about me. So I'll use she, her, hers, they, them, king, daddy. I don't really care, but I love when people think that I care and they think they got it wrong and they think I'm really mad about it. That is my favorite thing ever. I went to a Chipotle the other day, and the person who was making my food looked up at me and called me sir, and he could not look at me the rest of the time. And I was like, dude, you're making me a burrito. You can call me whatever you want. You can be like, you want some guacamole, you little shit asshole? And I'll be like, yeah, keep it coming. I love that. I have decided the one thing I don't like being called, though, is little lady. I don't know if it's a Texas thing or what, but I get a lot of like, hey there, little lady. It's like, I don't know for sure that I fully identify with woman, but I know I'm not lady. I have chronic diarrhea. Like, I wouldn't let my worst enemy even grope my ass. Like, it's so nasty. It's so gross in there. I do love when men hold the door open for me, though. Then suddenly I get a little feminine. Lady like comes out. I'm like, oh my God, for me? Oh my God. And then I go ask for their girlfriend's number. Rude. I ask for their grandma's number. Another thing that always happens to me often is that my dude friends will invite me in on the male gaze with them. They'll invite me to be a bro with them. I'll be hanging out at a bar, an attractive woman will come up, and my dude friend will like nudge me, and they'll be like, Brandi, check that chick out. Check that chick out. Would you look at that? Would you tap that? Would you tap that? And I just look at them with this confused expression, and they're like, what? Your short hair. Thought we could like talk about our chicks together. Thought we could like degrade women together. And I'm like, no, like I'm attracted to women and I respect them. But to answer your question, like, yes, I would absolutely tap that if given the opportunity. If they wanted to, if they felt like it. You're disgusting. I'm a feminist. That's how that works. I have a dad. He's cool. He's just like everybody else's dad. He's an alcoholic. Woo! But he's addicted to wine, which no one seems to ever count, right? Like if someone comes up to you and says they downed a fifth of moonshine, at 10 a.m. people are worried, concerned, they are staging an intervention. But if like Margie from First Baptist downs a bottle of wine before church service in the morning, people are like, yeah, amen, Margie! Drink his blood! Communion extra credit. I love it. It's all right. Before I was this raging proud lesbian, I was a raging proud Christian. I went to church so often that my mother grounded me from Bible study for getting a C in Spanish. I was just really devout, you know? I just had a very devout crush on the female preacher. She would place her hand on my back to pray for me, and I would feel chills all over my body. And I was like, is this the spirit of Jesus Christ? Amazing. No, it wasn't. It was me being horny for the very first time ever in church, of all the places. I did spend a big chunk of my life trying to make myself be straight, but now hearing the plight of my women friends as an adult who are attracted to men, I'm so happy that I'm not. My women friends will be messaging a dude on Tinder, and he'll be like, "You're so smart, you're so beautiful, I want to take you out on a nice date," and then she'll reject him, and he'll suddenly be like, you're not even worth a date to Luby's. I didn't mean that. And it's like, when I reject a woman on Tinder, the response is like, "Well, it was nice to meet you. I hope you get that tattoo sleeve and that cat you always wanted." No, it's a lie. I would never reject a woman in my entire life. Are you serious? I would never dream of it. This happened to me for the first time the other day. I was in the bathroom and I was using the hand dryer as you do, and this like ancient old woman came in, and I was the first thing that she saw, and she looked very confused. She kept like checking the bathroom door like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, very aggressively because she thought she was in the wrong place. And I felt like I finally understood what a spider feels like. I was like, "I'm more afraid of you than you are of me, I promise." And then she just whacked me with a newspaper until I died. No, she didn't. She just went into the bathroom and took a giant dump, which is way worse. Are any of you from Texas? Always, forever? Ooh, yeah. Oh, whistle, yeehaw. I am, and so I'm very familiar with Southern hospitality, and I love that, but it also just scares me so much. Like, I love visiting my Aunt Connie in the Panhandle, because I know I'm going to get, like, freshly laundered sheets and lavender soap, and also just worry about the future of my basic human rights based on her voting choices, you know? Like, just so comfy and so terrified. Because she loves me a lot, but not as much as she loves Ted Cruz. And and she describes him as attractive, which I think is the worst. Ew, that grease, no. It's like, it's one thing to vote for him, but to think that man is sexy, that is unforgivable in my book, 100%. I recently got fitted for a suit for my sister's wedding. And I like to wear like traditionally masculine clothing just to confuse the elderly. And so I went to this men's warehouse and I was getting fitted, and there was this little contraption on the side of the pant. And I was like, "What is that for?" And they're like, "Oh, that's so you can just eat as much food as you like and just let those pants out." And I was like, "What?" And the pockets were deep. I was like, "I can just fit a baguette in there, eat it, fuck bitches, get money." That's how they make the clothes here. And it's like, I used to wear more like traditionally feminine clothing, dresses and whatnot, and they don't have anything like that. Like, sometimes the pockets are just stitched shut. They're like, "You don't need to put your chapstick in a pocket. You just put that in your biological pocket. Just put that in your pussy pocket." So wrong. I'm never, ever going back. I've noticed how people will push gender stereotypes on itty-bitty babies. Like, anytime I meet a little boy baby and he just slightly smiles at me, there's always a grown woman named Janice next to him who's suddenly like, "Oh my God, he's flirting with you. Oh my God, he's going to grow up and be a little ladies' man." And I'm like, "Janice, that's disgusting. That baby would never stand a chance with me." Like, before you set me up with someone, make sure they're not wearing a diaper. I am a short little lesbian, so I'm not really intimidated by tall dudes. Very intimidated by every tall lesbian I've ever met. They look so much more dateable than me. They look like they could reach things, or be like global leaders, or like pummel me, but in a hot way that would only turn me on. You know? Like, I would love to take care of a girl, but my body type is baby. You know? Like, my ideal idea of a day is being tossed into a baby stroller and carted around to bars and fed spiked up Gerbers, you know? That's what I want. Ew. Telling the baby jokes back to back is weird. Do any of you last question before we get out of here, do any of you have abs on your bodies? All right, mixed responses. I don't think that people who have abs are attractive. I think that they look strict, but not in a fun way, like they might consensually spank you in bed. But in a way, like they don't even remember what pizza tastes like. Maybe they've never had it. Like, when I kiss someone, I want to taste a hint of cheese. cheesy gordita crunch on your breath, you know? Just smell a nice Wafta burger coming from those pits. That's what I'm into. That's what I think's hot. All right, that's been my time. Thank you.
Brandi Davis, everybody!